Planning for the future isn't just about documents. It's about dignity, security, and protecting everything you worked so hard for. Today, we are talking with CLLB Law, a local law firm with deep roots in Kentucky and Indiana, with decades of experience guiding families through elder law, Medicaid planning, guardianship, and estate protection. Joining us with more is attorney and partner Steve Langdon. So great to see you again.
It's always fun being here. Now you've got me between booze and food, and so I'm not as exciting.
A little elder law in between.
A little elder law. It all fits. It all makes sense, right?
Well, it's going to fit perfectly because people are gathering for the holidays.
Absolutely.
This is a time where, you know, maybe family hasn't seen each other for the whole entire year. Now's the one time where we all get together. And I mean, a great conversation starter is, Grandma, is your will in place?
Yeah,
right?
you would think, you know, you get toward the holidays and everything for me would maybe kind of slow down.
Right.
But it doesn't because of that. People get home, they haven't seen mom or dad, or they haven't seen grandma and grandpa in a while, and they notice some changes. And then it becomes very, very important that we jump in as quickly as possible because, you know, obviously we want to protect their health.
Yeah.
But we also want to make sure that we protect a lifetime of savings, right? And we can, even in the worst case scenarios. So if you got a situation where we've got mom or dad or grandma and grandpa and it's a health scare and they need maybe some long-term care issues there, you know, for a married couple, if I've got one spouse still at home, I'm going to save almost everything they have and get the spouse that needs the care, all the care they need, it'll be paid for.
Yeah.
If I've got a single person, I can typically save about half of their assets. But you know, half of something's better than all of nothing because everybody hears, if I got to go to a nursing home, if I got to go do this or that, they're going to take my house.
Yeah.
Well, that's not always true. And that's why it's so important to come in and talk. But yeah, you know, you would think it slows down at this point in time. It doesn't. It speeds up. I was just talking to somebody recently. You know, I'm pulling 12-hour days, 13-hour days every day.
I believe it.
Because people need help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what does that kind of look like? Maybe you are literally sitting around the dinner table just kind of talking about some options. How do we kind of get that conversation started? And what are some good things to know maybe before calling you?
Yeah, you know, it's really simple stuff. Just, you know, hey, we all have, and this sounds terrible, but we all have an expiration date.
Yeah.
We all do. We don't know when it's going to happen. And unfortunately, in my line of work, I see all kinds of older people, younger people, middle-aged people. It just happens. So it's just simple stuff about, you know, and I think it probably better coming from parents, honestly. I just had that conversation with my sons the other day, and one of my sons looked at me and said, I never thought about you getting sick.
Yeah.
I never thought about you passing. And I said, yeah, that stuff happens. So a lot of times it's just a gentle nudge to, hey, you know, if something happened, if you got sick or if you fell or there's an ice storm in February and you bumped your head, how do we access the bank accounts? How do we make sure the mortgage is paid? If it's in the summer, how do we make sure the lawn is mowed, the heat's on, the air's on, you know, those kind of things. So just it really is a simple conversation. Somebody just has to break the ice. But for me, coming in and talking to me, it's a free consultation. I'll sit down and chit chat with you. Maybe there's nothing to be done, but then also maybe there's a lot of things I just don't know until I talk to you.
Absolutely. And when you hear the words asset protection, you often think like multi-million-dollar estates, you know, all this money in multiple bank accounts, but this is for everyone.
It is for everyone because if you're Bill Gates and you fall and bump your head and you have a long hospital stay, you're Bill Gates, it's okay.
Right.
But if you're Ron Langdon, my dad, who was a school teacher, and his wife stayed at home and raised 4 boys, and he falls and bumps his head, and he can't work for a while, that's a completely different story. So really, a lot of my clients are lower income, middle income. It's your neighbor next door.
Yeah.
Now, we do have clients as well with millions of dollars, right? And we help them too, but really at the end of the day, this is for everybody. And again, coming in and talking to me, talking to a lawyer is not a whole lot of fun. I understand that. It's like me going to the dentist. I don't enjoy it, but it's a free consultation, and you know, a little bit of knowledge goes a long way to protecting yourself.
Yeah, you know, the start of the new year is going to be here before we know it. I mean, Thanksgiving is already next week. Maybe they're wanting to get a jump start on before the new year. So how can people get in touch with you?
So all they need to do is reach out there to our phone number. or there at the website, but they can call us at 812-722-0835. Ask for Julie, ask for Madison. They'll get you on my calendar. You're going to sit down with me. We're going to talk.
Yeah, it's going to be good. Well, thank you so much.
I love being here.
For stopping by today, and happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to you.
So again, if you are interested, just go over to CLLBlegal.com to learn more.